Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
The Chiefs had 10 and 5 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Hardman on the return. And Good head down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards.
And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing. Forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press it so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep. Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Out to his left. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And his pass incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Wilson. Quick slant to Hamler. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here we go with Williams. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Rosas good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Mixon. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 44, Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, 44 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. On 2nd and 12, Mahomes
on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and it seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, the first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. They go play action with Wilson. He's got a man complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Play action. Now Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman as the first half is winding down.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Wilson on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it, and in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Defensively, Poona Ford with a tackle there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play fake. Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 30 yards. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown!
Isaiah Pacheco
from 13 yards out.
And the Chiefs get a bit closer. extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now Wilson. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On second down, they'll run it here.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Wilson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
Here's Hardman to return.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No. What was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 20. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to. But a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, it would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
11 more on that one and another first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown from 21 yards away. And the Chiefs have taken a 4th quarter lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Little salt, little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Throwing now is Wilson.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do your offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
He's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. One last shot for Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for two. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that two-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride, too. They stopped the two-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for the Chiefs,
they get an important win here to move to 11-5 on the year.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the...
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl. Talk I can loops in my lace and make lightning lose. In a race I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. Doing the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make lost but alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride.